In the mood for red eyes? Well, look who's just returned. The old Gemin-Eyes, backed by Primite. Their flare metal potential should put a full stop to the current top contenders. I played this weeks ago, so there was no regeneration of the stars released yet, which wasn't good at times, but it was better. We'll just take a look at how it did. Put them together in flare anyway. Maybe I can get them to use it right now. Nope, they did not use it. Alright, red eyes. So they're just going to save it until their turn so they don't take any burn damage. Fine by me. That's my end. Flare is a impermanence attractor. It's a magnetism. Just do it. I know it goes. What? Santa? Fine. If I have to duel Santa, I will. That was a normal summon? They always special summoned. Anyway, I target this red eyes on the field. So I can get rid of this nonsense. Leave. Go away. Not sure they really care about this meme. I mean, they want to make rank 4s. And there goes a level 4. With the likelihood they can just get... Oh, that was actually summoning. I thought it was adding. So that's that. This summons itself by... doing Xyz. This thing can summon itself just because they have a Rising on the field cannon. All I can do is steal a monster that has higher attack than Red Eyes Black Dragon. Which, I mean, if they summon Detonator, I might want to do that. Is this them? It is. Okay. I should have done... Okay, wait. No, I should have already used this, and I should have stolen this when they activated this effect. I'm just waiting for battle phase. So I could have already started destroying cards with their own detonator. Yeah, I feel like I've definitely waited too long to start doing anything with Howl. I can beat Detonator. Got Dark Ruler. Does it ever stop? Yeah, whatever. My red eyes stand strong. Though I already cut my life points earlier. I banished one of their monsters and I still end with 3 rank 4s. Nothing on that. Red Eyes is a survivor. I have 1 card face down. And Santa doesn't give me anything. Luckily it doesn't activate on its own, right? Yeah, it doesn't activate on its own. So detonator cannot go off. In fact, detonator will never have the chance to go off. Because this is only monster effects. It is only monster effects. So first, no dark rulers. Can we all agree? The dark rulers, no more? Okay. Now you're nice and negated. How about I'm going to prioritize the incoming machine. They're not doing it? Oh no, it's on resolution. Whatever. Oh, I can summon... I actually use Santa Claus to summon Metal Zoa. I mean, they gave me the opportunity. And Red Eyes can just attack Photon. Yes, okay. Battle phase. Red Eyes Black Dragon. Inferno Fire Blast that Photon Blast Dragon. Cool. Main 2. I'll be setting a card. Let's see, so from a Howl. And I have Max Metamorph. This thing needs to detach for its... Ooh, hold on. Okay. End my turn. What? Got something? Right away? I'm thinking right away. I'm not waiting this time. I'll take no damage from Red Eyes Black Dragon. And you always do. Destroying Red Eyes. Hey, I can actually summon back Red Eyes. I'll use your Santa Claus. What? You're using both right now? Wow. Destroy Max Metamorph. So I summon Zoa. Oh no, Max Metamorph makes me control a monster, doesn't it? Yeah. So yeah, I missed a bit. I was gonna steal Detonator for its one destruction. Looks like I don't have to... There's just no chance of that. Got Moon here. I don't know why you're doing this. Unless that's infinite impermanence. Actually... As yeah, that can't negate. So that has to be infinite permanence you have face down right now. Let's see. Is it? No. I destroy Moon. Have Engraver anyway. I'm going to hide the fact that Melzo X can destroy 2 cards. Maybe they don't know. Tracked, nice. Well, actually, the Melzo X won't even go off anyway, because it cannot destroy anything but monsters. Larry gets discarded. So they get their Fiend anyway. Might probably stop them from adding anything but Larry. Requiem here. I don't think I want to do anything right now. Remember I have... Just remember that I have... Well, there goes Santa. Santa Light Fiend? It is. Remember that I have Primite How. Well, I should have done this upon the activation of that, but I took too long. I think it already revived itself, so I'll get rid of it. So I lost Melzo X for no reason. Yep. I could have still had a Melzoa, but I was holding off for too long. I knew that was coming. I've seen it enough. I could very well just steal right now. It will stop him from going any further. Alright, I'll do it. Because it's not called by the grave, so there's no risk here. I'll do that. My detonator. Yeah, yours again. Kept them from activating anything else. Well, isn't that just the... Red Eyes, I really don't want to hear any excuses. Why did I not get anything that I could use here? They decided to negate this. It's fine. So I can use Soul. Or Howl on the next. Okay. It is going to be Labyrinth. Labyrinth again. Although now that they've summoned, I get to get a Red Eyes monster of mine to the field. It could even be Black Flare. Well, Metal Claws. Let me think here. Metal Claws can send Primite Howl. Nah, I should really just get the max Metamorph, shouldn't I? Just save Howl for later. Alright, my Red Eyes Soul reacts to your summon. Get me Red Eyes Black Flare Dragon. So then, the question is... Oh man, you're really scratchy. It does not make the trap activatable yet. I'm going to summon Black Flare. But did I think I have a battle phase? I thought I had a battle phase. I can still activate this. It's gonna end our turn. And the first thing we're gonna do is max Metamorph. Which max Metamorph isn't the best thing that I could be doing. Just considering that its weakness is trap cards. We're revealing all of our traps immediately. I'm fine with that. Let's summon Red Eyes Black Dragon right over here. They get to set a trap. So this one has the restriction. This one does not. You don't have to control a fiend. That was Gravedigger's Trap Hole? Alright, I'll get Full Metal on the opposite side. With the card equipped. And I gotta draw because of Piercing the Darkness. So what's your next move? It is your turn after all. Let's see here. Do I want... What do I want? Would they use... I think I do want to negate this, don't I? Alright, Full Metal, go for it. Stop that effect. And then take a little something with you. No, see if they just take control of it. That's always the concern. No, they did not take control. Don't go into battle. Don't do it. Don't attack the Red Eyes. Don't do it. I'm telling you not to. Why'd you even put that in attack? Piercing the Darkness activates. Again. Getting my Red Eyes a huge attack boost. And now you're in real trouble. Because if I just inflict the burn damage from my Full Metal to you, that's it. Game's done. I have no reason to just go right into my battle phase and attack your monster. With Piercing the Darkness boost, and Inferno Fire Blast will take you out. I wonder if they have... What are you doing? What just happened? Oh no, I get it. It was because impermanence. Well, the second impermanence was negating full metal. So the first impermanence didn't get to negate full metal. So therefore its effect didn't fully get to go off. So it couldn't negate the column. It's activating two impermanences right there. There was absolutely no reason. They even clashed with each other. And I couldn't even activate anything in response either. But it looks like they forgot that too. That's a lesson right there. Because it depends. I do maybe get a draw before I have to do anything. They have a... Okay. They have a maxi, or Charmy card. Still gonna use it. But they're not gonna use theirs. I could have chosen not to summon. Maybe that's why I didn't. That's a lot of life points to toss away. They're not using anything yet. Because not impermanence, but it wouldn't be trying to go off. I could just stick with this. It's Max Metamorph Red Eyes with Language Chain. I think I will. I'm gonna use my patience. Just wait on it. Here is a Fang with Chain. I'm just gonna use straight off. Oh, it's a rabbit. Alright. I don't want to use the primary one. Oh, I'm too late to react to that. Well, oh well. Get a decoder here. Now this. I can block an extender here. That'd be pretty good. Sure, I'll let you summon. And I'll swipe a material from you. I could choose one of their malice cards, but they can activate this by banishing one. So I'll take Link Decoder. They won't be able to go as far. If your opponent controls 3 or more cards, you can special summon 1 Mouse Link monster from your extra deck instead. That's an improper summon of a Link monster if they do that. And so they've done it. The original attack and defensive role effect monsters switched. Wasn't it a special summon? Were they already add? Am I not paying attention? Special summon, nothing happened. Maybe they have all their malice cards in their hand already. Where to? Lure. Whatever. Banishing my card. That changes battle positions. I'm going to use the Max Metamorph before they can banish the card in the field. Yeah, it's they have it. I'm sure they had it from the beginning, so there was nothing I could have done. Firewall. All in on Firewall. Oh, I could have just kept my red eyes at that point. Oh well. That's the worst draw possible. Okay. Let's begin. So there's spell trap in the game. And the reason this is the worst possible is I don't need this to set the Metamorph card. I already have Metal Claws. If I had maybe... If I drew a Gemini monster, could draw another card and get things going. So I can summon Metal Claws, and I can Metamorph it. The only way I don't get countered here is if they negate my Catalyst field. Alright. So you're going to give me a chance, are you? Metal Claws. With its effect. Is it an effect veiler? Is an impermanence? Tell me now. No, this wants to activate. Dark Fluid. I got red eyes. But they're probably going to want to banish from their own cards. Alright, I have a Max Metamorph. So summon, target, banish, bunch of stuff. Haven't even gotten the chance to put my Max Metamorph down. Set Max Metamorph. Can I get rid of White Binder? You think that's going to go well? We got 100 more attack than it does. Go! Metal Claws. Attack that Binder. Good one. Now, if I negate this, I have so little. No, I'm destroying things. Target one special monster your opponent controls. Alright, so they can't accidentally activate it and get rid of their own card. We're going full metal. Full metal in attack mode. Nice one. Wait, is it when this affects? Oh, it's during the battle phase. Darn it. That's right, you have that effect on top of your other effects. You can't target my monster. Yeah, still target that. It's just a card, doesn't have to be a monster. Fine then. Oh, they negated max Metamorph. They didn't send though. None of this even matters. They have an 8,000 attack monster. Why are you using it? I have to hope this reduces their attack. I mean, it negates the effect, but not all of their effects. It's only gonna do 25, or no, 3,000. Still gonna lose. Still nothing. Well, this isn't great. I didn't realize I had 2 Black Stones of Legend in this deck. You gotta use it. It's fine. Really, it is. If I lose, I doubt a single Metal Claws would have prevented it anyway. Why even give me the coin flip in my favor anyway, if you're just going to give me cards that are too redundant for me to use? They're bringing back Ash Blossom. So really, I helped them by using my Black Snow Legend. And it's going to be Flame Swordsman. But maybe... Two monsters with different names. Not a warrior? Don't care about that? The other side to my Red-Eyes Fang with Chain. The Salamandra with Chain. Here it sets something face down. Yeah, so you change one effect monster to face down defense. They managed to fusion something. So I'm taking damage. That's okay. I always get a card that helps me right now. Nice. And to try to Salamander or chain me, I can put this. I can use this to get rid of that face down card. So Black Meteor. I'm gonna summon it. There you go. So I get 700 attack. They were gonna flip. They did flip. Alright. Flip if you will. I'm still going to summon my Blackstone of Legend. And by sending that away, I can actually get a monster on my field that is face up. Yeah, Flare will work. The Metal Claws. That face down does not phase me. Doesn't phase me down. How much attack do you have? Not enough. Okay. The burn damage would have been nice. I think it's gonna have to be Flare. Only level 7 Xyz monster that's strong enough. Time for battle. Attack that swordsman. Someone wants to go off now. Oh yeah, that thing's that thing is what essentially is a black metal dragon. I'm not done yet. I'm bringing in my buddy Red Eyes. My buddy Red Eyes. Oh, you got enough to fuse with, do you? Well, I can stop you. You know, my Fangwood Chain doesn't have the ability to do this. I'm just gonna say that. It's Fighting Flame. During the damage step, quick effect, target a warrior monster in your graveyard. Equip this card. From your field to that. But equip this card from your field or graveyard to that monster. Okay. They'll protect their life points. If I can destroy that. We got 28. Okay, destroy both battling monsters. Destroy battle run our card's effect. Special summon level 7. Alright, not bad. You kept the monster. But now you'll have to defeat my Red Eye side. My Red Eye side of the Joey deck and your Flame Swordsman side. Where are you here? This was not a part. It's 2 monsters and 2 from the extra deck. We can't special summon from the extra deck first turn. Okay. It's alright, I don't need my entire extra deck. But they probably have useful effects to get off of the monsters that they send. Yeah, Entis destroys a card. And this guy returns to the hand. I'm gonna get rid of you. You and am I gonna summon 2 Dark Arms? I might. How about a Comet? Probably gonna send all 3 of them. Or summon all 3 of them. So Flare is going to my hand. And you're trying to destroy my Red Eye Spirit. Well, no one destroys my spirit. I got Black Meteor in my feet. They got nothing on that. 500 damage or a red eyes monster. I think I'll choose. I think I'll choose to. Yes, I will use it. I'm saying it is in the main phase, so I could very well be going right into a talented maneuver. There, I get my flare back. But I can't summon from the extra deck. So hopefully if they do talents in some way, I'll survive. That's all I'm going for. Survival. Garura for a draw. Getting max again. 2 max. Get a Fighting Flame. So you can get their, you know who? Fangwood Chain? Not Fangwood Chain. Salamandra. I do the Fangwood Chain. They're not. They have the card that's cutting a dinosaur in half. Well, this isn't the dinosaur deck. Vengeance Flame Swordsman except for Fighting Flame Sword. Fire Warrior Monster, target 1 card field destroy it. And negates an effect. I'm about to say they can't fuse, but they're just giving themselves 500 attack. 700. I'm not saying anything right. They're not choosing to use the effect. The Red Eyes gets defeated. Well, I'd rather... Okay. So you used it on that. Is that worth it? For when I draw my cards with a red stone and get to make some use out of this gem. Okay, or that. Is a single Gemini worth the effort? The equipped monster would be destroyed by battle or card effect. You can destroy this card instead. And while this card is equipped to a fusion monster, which it is not, send it. Does this card even fuse? I'm not seeing the fusion effect. So Red Eyes and Flares. Well, let's see if this even goes through before I start thinking too much. Okay, so we got Red Eyes Fusion. I want to use Red Eyes Fusion to fuse me a Comet. It's got Soul in the grave, even though I can't revive it anymore. Alright, effect goes off. Sending. Burning. So it would be destroyed by battle card effect. It is not. So I don't want to fight this. Could this thing not be destroyed by monsters from the extra deck? So I feel like I have to read everything very carefully. Alright, any equip monster to... They already have a Maximus in their hand. It's not... Do they have a fusion? Yes, they do. Of course they do. Let's go battle. Now let's go for the max damage possible. So if they get 2 max, that's 1,500 on top of everything. Which one? Now I'm going for damage. I'll use Blackstone to get back Metal Claws. And I'll set it. And then my turn. Alright, Seth. I got my comment on the field. Let's see what a Flame Swordsman can do to a Red-Eyed Dragon. Something should be stopping me from... Okay. Nothing should be stopping me from reviving a normal monster. And then Blackstone's going to take an attack. And I'll have something like 2 attacks left after that. Or, is this... No. It's a Bernesian Princess. I thought that was going to be a Blackluster Soldier. Oh, it's actually better than Black Metal. That can go from anywhere. But you probably have a once per turn. Correct. So, trade-off. Cannot activate cards or effects when you normal summon a Fire Warrior monster. And they are going to summon Flame Swordsman. Looks like a Maximus is not going to happen. The Flame Swordsman. And they have another. Or they added it back. No, they added it with the Salamander. Now, this is a very dangerous card. The Ultimate Flame Swordsman, because it gains attack in some way. Target one monster upon control is destroyed, and if you do, inflict 500 damage. It's a quick effect. This card is equipped with an equip card. Which now it is. And this card battles, you can double this card's attack. Yeah. There you go. Double attack with 3,500 attack. And a Ferocious Flame Swordsman, because this just needs 2 monsters with different names. So sure, Raytheon fits the bill. Not done yet, though. SP Little Knight. Is this worth it? You could have just attacked with all the stuff you had. Is there a reason you've done this? Yeah, no direct attack. Okay. I get another chance then. They're very well set up to beat me. But this card will change that. Oh, look at us. Dark Ruler, no more. I am sick of Dark Rulers. So now that you don't have your effects, I'm going to have to use this Catalyst Field. That's the only way I do anything. Catalyst Field, use it. Allow me to summon the Black Flare I've had in my hand the entire time. What? Well, no, you can't use your effects. What happens when you're destroyed? Nothing? Fantastic. When a monster goes to attack a target warrior monster you control until the end of the turn, it loses that attack with all other monsters. Alright, actually, this is a horrible idea. I regret that. I almost just crashed this into a 2600 attack Little Knight. I feel like you have something to stop this in the graveyard. Nope. Alright. Oh. From the grave too, huh? 4,400 already. I'll put back Soul. Oh yeah, I summoned twice already. I thought I could set that. Never mind. Blackstone Legend will not be protecting me. Can you just not have a card that you can summon? Is that already enough? No, just not quite. However, after getting anything to their hand, is that not even a normal summon? If you control a Fire Warrior monster. Too bad. Alright. Alright, we don't need this. So you're mad about the Catalyst Field thing? Yeah, so I knew what happened. I knew it Buffalo Knight. Because it's not just Fire Warriors, it's every other monster. It was Flame Swordsman. Not bad, Seth. Okay, real bad. Yeah, I'll attempt the Lord to load. Okay, it works. And nothing else happened. Alright, I'll use the Primite Roar. Summon myself a Red Eyes Black Dragon. The only one left in the deck. Which means I will have to summon from my hand. Gives me a second summon. I'm definitely not going to have to play into on the beard right now. Your Red Eyes, have your armor. And then cast away that armor. Send it away for Flare Metal to come in. Flare Metal. I can't even activate the effect of, so I can't even summon it all. Oh, we got a graveyard negate? Or what? They got an impermanence. That's what it is. No good. Okay, fine. We do. So I add full metal to my hand. Set max metalmorph. Then I use Insight to get a Red Eyes monster into the grave and bring it back with Spirit. I wanted to use Spirit. The lamp just turned on by itself, so I'm going to be playing in the light. Yep, I know you have impermanence. You don't need to keep telling me. I put it there. It doesn't really matter. Insight. Because now I have insight on what you have. Which means I could possibly negate the impermanence that goes after my Flare Metal. Should just do Return of the Red Eyes. Get more value. Return of the Red Eyes. Assuming it's not a Bestial. That also would be something that would become activatable. Maybe it's both. It could very well be both. That's the end of my turn. Draw phase. Draw phase. Return of the Red Eyes. Using its effect now, I can get myself Black Flare. All good? All good. I'll metamorph it. Right away. Huh? How's that? Not budging. Alright, Full Metal. Welcome to the game. Hold on, I'm gonna get that lamp. Oh, it's a lightning storm. I don't care. In fact, you take 500, and my Return of the Red Eyes activates to get Black Flare back again. Oh my goodness. Attach Red Eyes, bring back Black Flare. So it was a Bestial, but they didn't use it. Oh man. Look, I'm not going to be summoning anymore this turn. You can have one. But just one. And I'm sure it's impermanence. I know it is. It always is. Flare Metal always makes my opponent have Flare... What? Always makes my opponent have... infinite impermanence in their hand. I couldn't remember the name of infinite impermanence. I was about to call it... infinite... or Flare Permanence or something. What do you want to do? During the main phase, you can activate its effects. Banish one malice monster from your deck. It really does... This card does not matter. My opponent's in really big trouble. You can't tell already. Because they're going to be paying life points to bring their monsters back. And they're going to be paying life points to my flare metal as well. Flare metal is just looming over their shoulder, daring you to activate card effects. Keep going. I got my full metal here, ready to stop any kind of nonsense. Okay. Completely fine. Yeah, I'm thinking about it. If I banished that early, it still wouldn't have done anything. We're pretty much in the same situation. Because we had to bring it back before, this thing would still be able to... Actually, no. Maybe I should have done it. Maybe it would have thrown it off a little bit. But not enough to really make a difference. You know, a banished deck wants their cards banished. It's not... It's not something too hard to understand. Alright, you got the stuff for a Link 3. But do you have the life points? Now it does a original attack, so don't get too excited. It's still 25. So you're going to special summon Decode. Target one card ban. Oh. Target one of your banished malice cards, shuffle it into the deck, and if you do, banish one card on the field. And while this card points to a monster, this effect cannot be negated. So I can't negate the effect if this card points to a monster. That's... Why can it not be negated? Why would that ever be part of your effect? Because if Decoder comes back from one of your banished malice monsters, and it's a quick effect. Man, this is... I feel like I have to think so hard about this. They've been through pretty much every malice effect. So I'm not sure if this is even where I want to use it. But it makes your life points so low. They're so low. And why do you have to have one down? They made sure to have one banished malice monster. Okay. I'll bite. And they're doing it. Just right away. Yeah, I'm standing by that I had to. $2,500. Wait, doesn't that summon it? No, it shovels it into the deck. Oh. I didn't even read it right. Oh, who else is there? Who else is yet to be summoned? The cat? Malice in the mirror. They're probably just doing that to just get a card to their hand. I was kind of worried that they Cryptor was the answer that they absolutely needed. Because they got rid of Flare Metal. Getting rid of Flare Metal means no more damage, which means they can just do whatever. Although at 400 life points, that's one more Malice effect. One of the small Malice effects, because the other ones do 900. Hey, looks like it was the right call. Negate the link decoder. That's the return. And what a terrible time it was for this deck in particular to show up. You saw it. The field spell, the continuous spell, being destroyed one after another. So much for dealing with that top contender. But even though I got set up first, Flare got tributed for Santa Claus because they were using the Fiendsmith variant. And even if that hadn't happened to Flare, there's one Ryzeal monster that, to summon itself, sends an Xyz monster to the graveyard, which is going to be Aggregator, which is going to activate in the grave to target, negate Flare. So Ryzeal has a built-in way to just get rid of the burn damage of Flare, so they can just continue unimpeded, which also will stop the cannot be destroyed by card effects. So even the destruction effects that Flare would be immune to, once the Aggregator's in the grave, Flare can just be destroyed. So it's an unfortunate matchup there. Flare has the tools, but it's just counters on the Ryzeal front. But how about Malice? Malice was a deck that I had dueled physically before. Just once. And I was able to win with a dual Flare Metal Dragon, them paying life points, me burning them for 500 each. They just couldn't contend with it, so got the win on that. So when Malice was coming to Master Duel, that's why I thought it would be a good idea to get the Gemin-Eyes and the Primite together. Because they're both this was my way of getting more Flare Metal Dragons, and this is the more consistent way of getting Flare Metal Dragons. So I thought it would go well. Well, it's not as favorable as I would like. Because Malice, they have a card that banishes, whichever trap card it is, that they can activate the same turn it was set to just get rid of a Flare Metal. There's also Malice and Mirror. If they just search that out, just negate the Flare Metal, and there you go. No more burn damage. Though I feel my opponents are not taking Flare Metal as seriously as they should be. And that's where I get an advantage. Because Flare is here to stop the opponent from going all the way. But my opponents just can't help themselves. They could set the trap. They could add Malice and Mirror. But they just don't do that. They're stuck in their ways. And that's how Flare is able to get far against Malice. But against a player that is taking it seriously, Flare can be easily countered. I need a full metal to stop the banish or negate. And then there's the full metal effect gone. And even so, under one Flare Metal, as you saw in the last game, they can still get pretty far with their Link monsters. So they can get to that Heart's Cryptor, which cannot be negated if it points to a monster. Had a good time reading that. Not really surprised that Red Eyes isn't the counter to the best decks in the game. But Catalyst Field is really letting me down. It's just, not only is it not the time for it, but I would just draw it without any Gemini monsters. Which is really annoying when I draw it and Red Eyes Black Dragon. Like this could have just been a Black Flare, but no, you gave me the normal instead of Gemini. Metamorph was doing pretty well for itself, along with the Primite. It's really, Catalyst Field, you're too inconsistent. You're dragging me down, I have to say. I'm just going to just pick through the video I made right now. See if there's anything else worth saying. Yeah, there's Santa Claus. Yeah, I definitely should have been way more proactive with my Howl. Because a lot of their abilities in Ryzeal require them to detach materials. So I missed out in stopping a search. Yeah, that's when that happened. Yeah, and then there's that Fiendsmith stuff. And I really should have destroyed that engraver before it sent Metal Zoa away. It would have been really nice if I had more foresight in that. I mean, I dueled Fiendsmith plenty. I really should have known. And I was able to just stall one turn by stealing Detonator. This was the Labyrinth game. Red Eye Soul was able to get me started early. So that wasn't bad for that. And then for whatever reason, they used double impermanence to stop my they tried to stop Piercing the Darkness, and then they tried to negate Full Metal. There's no reason. I can't react to their normal traps. And then this was the Malice game. This is the one I went first without setting up a Flare Metal. Okay, I stole Link Decoder. Yeah, just looking through it. Oh, and Catalyst Field, I actually used this bait here. Yeah, glad it happened. I don't know why they would have done that. Really strange. And then Full Metal Burn. I really shouldn't have activated Full Metal during the battle phase, because maybe they would have activated something during my main phase 2 or end phase. I could get the burn damage. So if they tried to activate anything on the next turn, I could have possibly burned them all the way down. Gets 3,000 on Neo Tempest. Though unfortunately it would have just... It didn't need to activate its effect. If it just attacked, it would have just won anyway. So they were... If they were paying enough attention to play around Full Metal and just attack into it, it would have lost there anyway. But it would have had more of a chance. The Flame Swordsman game... that one was fine. You know, I enjoyed that one. It's definitely a nice change of pace. Yeah, and this is the only really good showing of Catalyst Field, because they had a Promethean Princess in the grave. So if I special summoned anything, it would have just been targeted and destroyed. So with Catalyst Field, I was able to destroy Ultimate Flame Swordsman. Though they had way too much stuff after that. Only way I get past that is if I was playing Dragoon, which I don't do. In our last Malice game, I'm surprised at my opponent because they had Magnamud that they could have summoned, but they didn't. Which I assume they didn't because I had Flare Metal, who would have immediately taken the Black Flare out of the graveyard. But I had already used the effect of Lordy Load because I had nothing else. So they should have used that as soon as they had the chance. They would have taken some damage. But it's better than giving me the chance later. Because I had Return of the Red Eyes. So now I have double ways to get my card back. And then they draw Max C. And I start activating card effects to special summon, and they don't use it. This is very odd of them. Then there's Heart's Cryptor. I spend a while deliberating whether I want to negate it or not. Or whether I want to negate the Link Decoder just to get the damage. Which turns out to be the good option. Because I couldn't negate the banish anyway. And I think I left them with just enough life points to activate one of the smaller mouse effects. But it was enough. Closing out, the potential of Catalyst Field and the Gemini monsters has a very high cost of not drawing them as a pair in the hand, in which they're just not going to work. Which I could have done more to circumvent that. I could have put in Castle Lord Queen. But when I was putting this together, space is pretty sparse. I could have lost Primite Scream. I think I used that once. So at some point I could have subbed that in. But maybe it's just better to shelve the Gemini strategy until something comes along to warrant it. But I'm still up for trying different forms of Red Eyes. Even if things are looking bleak out there. It's a Red Eyes Rebellion with Flare Metal always at the front. Which it's Flare's anniversary. In August it was. Which I have missed. Went way over. We'll see if I even get this out by the end of September. That's 10 years of continuous burn. And that really adds up. Though it is time for Flare to have a break. There is a detonates to top speed deck that I would like to use for myself. Is it Ryzeal? You are crazy if you think that. But it's coming soon.